Drills Talk, episode 78. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 3 ways to know what you can handle. This is based on a blog I wrote in the past entitled, How Much Can You Bear? So, how could you find out exactly how much you can handle? What is it in life that is going to tell you exactly how much you can handle? How would you know? Well, life's going to throw plenty at you. And what we can do, one big thing, one huge thing we can do is to actually take it in our hands. That's key number one. And I'll tell you why that's such a big key right now. Yo, Drills Talk, episode 78. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 3 ways to know what you can handle. But before we get started, please like, subscribe, share, comment, however you would like to show your love, please do so. Every Monday here, we have a new blog. Every Wednesday is a new Drills Talk. Every Friday, I release an instrumental produced by yours truly, just to give you an idea of what I do outside of this realm. Let's get started. Number one is to don't ignore or pass off your problems. So this is what I was touching on in the intro. Take it in your hands, because when you ignore the problem, it sits there, it festers, it grows. When you pass it off and somebody handles your problems for you, you have no benefit in that, being handled. You didn't have any hand in it. You didn't learn anything from it. You didn't grasp any experience. You're doing yourself a disservice doing both. You want to embrace the issue. Embracing the issue sounds crazy because, of course, you don't want the issue, but you're becoming better at life by embracing and dealing with issues. You're taking it in. This is an issue either I created or life just gave it to me, either way, right? But you need to understand that the only way I'm going to get better and know exactly what I can handle and maybe even increase what I can handle is by taking and dealing with the problems that are coming to me. A lot of us just kind of ignore problems, hoping they go away, then they get bigger, and we just hope they go away again, kind of look the other way, trying to see if someone's going to take it off our hands. And we're not gaining any self-confidence in us, getting through problems ourselves, because all we do is ignore them or pass them off. How are we ever going to get better? How are we ever going to feel good about ourselves getting through issues and knowing what we can handle when our only defense is, oh my goodness, I hope this doesn't happen to me because I won't be able to handle it. Okay, but if life gives it to you, then what? You saying that don't give it to me because I can't handle it. I mean, come on now. Think about life and how many times people get things that they feel they couldn't handle. They're going to get it, right? You're going to probably lose a job. You're going to definitely lose a family member or a loved one. You're going to have a bad relationship, or you're going to break up. Like these are like common life things that people just shun away from and don't want to deal with because, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can handle it. Well, the best thing to do with those issues is to know you can, because they do happen. Number two is understand intangible wounds. Now, this is what I want to discuss here, because intangible wounds, as far as tangible wounds, like physical wounds, your physical wound, they heal. Sometimes they heal and they leave a mark. Sometimes they heal and you can't tell anything happened, right? There's nothing there. But an intangible wound is more of a void. It's more of a loss of a loved one. It's more of the one that got away, where a relationship didn't work out and you really, really hoped it would have. You constantly think about it years down in, years later, you're still thinking about it. Oh my goodness, I can't believe. All right, well, that's just something that's going to stay with you forever. But one thing I want to explain to you about a void is not taking away from you. You're still 100% you. So imagine yourself, in silhouette form, so you can imagine this. You're 100% you, right? Close your eyes. You're 100% you. You see that silhouette on the wall. All right. Now, if you can draw a hole in the arm, or draw a hole in the midsection, draw a hole in the thigh area. Okay. You're still 100% you. That didn't take away from you. That just caused a void. You're still you. And that's what a loved one does. You lose a loved one and you feel like this void, like you're no longer you. Okay, well, you are still 100% you. Get that in your mind. Yes, you lost that person. Yes, that relationship didn't work out. Maybe you thought you could do better. Maybe you feel like less than because that relationship didn't, work out. But you're still you. You still have a chance to get better. you still have a chance to move forward without that loved one. You know, if you have to tell yourself that loved one is watching over you, or you have to tell yourself that loved one is right step by step with you, whatever you need to do, understand that you're still here and you have a life to live. And just because that person is gone and they left a void in you, it doesn't mean that you're less of you. Please understand and remember that. Number three. Number three is to give yourself more credit. Give yourself more credit by believing that you can actually do these things. I mean, you've been through a lot. Let's just say the things that you forgot you did. You learned to walk. Simple, right? Well, not when you were starting. You learned to talk. You learned to read. You learned to write. You learned math. You learned how to do whatever it is, that skill you do. Whatever it is that gets you money on the daily or the weekly or monthly basis. Those were all learned skills. Give yourself more credit. You probably drove to work, right? You learned to drive. These things are skills that you've learned. You've adapted. So you can adapt when other issues come your way. Because at one point, walking was an issue. Another point, talking was an issue. One time or another, you couldn't drive. You didn't know how to make money. All of these things were issues, but once you realize and find out how to do it and you gain that skill, they are no longer issues. The only way you're ever going to get there is to dive in. Problems will come. And I'm not saying jump for joy. No one wants a problem, but at least you have that opportunity now to prove to yourself that, you know what? I can do this. I can handle this. And although I didn't want to, I know that I can because I have before and I know I will again. Drills Talk, episode 78. These are the top 3 ways to know what you can handle. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's drills.com. Check this out. It's Drills.